Hey guys, it's Moses here, and it's been a while since I've done a video like this where I talk in front of the camera. I've been doing covers more uh, lately, but I'm still gonna do stuff like this, talking about guitars, amps, and other pieces of equipment. I have some cool stuff that I still haven't reviewed or talked about, which you guys should stick around for that. But I figured, hey, since I have a lot of ESP and LTD guitars, I should talk about them. And I have guitars ranging from, again, LTD all the way to the ESP custom shop Andromeda, the one that I demoed like back in December or so. But yeah, so I have like the stuff that is like decent all the way to ESP's top of the line, fine, the really good stuff. And I hope this video helps you understand a little bit better of, how well these guitars are made and how they compare to maybe LTD Deluxe, E-II Edwards, and beyond that. And if you're in the market for one, hopefully this video can help you in the right direction, or if you're on the fence to buying a $1,000 LTD guitar or an E-II or whatever. Yeah, so this is my main goal with this video, and of course to talk about stuff that I like. But you might be thinking like, what the hell do I know? Well, I have, again, LTDs and ESPs, like top of the line stuff. So I think my opinion is a little bit knowledgeable. So again, I have the ESP LTD Deluxe EC-1000. These guitars I think now are made in Indonesia. They're like $800, $900 new, but you could get them secondhand for like 500. They are really well made. Again, for around this price range, you're gonna get something really decent, especially if it's the 1000 series or a deluxe. Um, this is a single cut, of course. So again, they have like the M series of Horizon versions and other stuff along the LTD Deluxe range. For the price that you get for this guitar, or for guitars within that LTD Deluxe range, they're really good. You can't go wrong. The feel and finish and playability of these guitars are really good. Specifically this one, I really like it a lot. They have a lot of cool features like the cutaway here for the upper fret access. Other guitars, the Horizons, I think there's some like signature LTDs, like the guitars from Korn has one, so it's in that range. I know they're like $1,000 LTDs, and kind of going a little bit over that. In my opinion, that's a little bit too much, but you are still getting something really good within the LTD Deluxe range. LTD locking tuners, brand name pickups, Seymour Duncan's. I know a lot of them offer Fishman's now. EMGs are still around if you're into those, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff within the LTD Deluxe range that's relatively affordable, and you're getting a hell of an instrument. So if you're getting an LTD Deluxe, maybe this shape or style might not be the one, but if you're gonna get a deluxe LTD, you're guaranteed a really good instrument, and with good components that aren't gonna break down anytime soon. And you maybe might find one that is made in Korea still, because a lot of them are now in Indonesia, if that is something that you are kind of picky about. But yeah, you can't go wrong with LTD Deluxes. Okay, now stepping a bit back from the LTD Deluxe, I have a pretty much entry level LTD. I have a ESP LTD KH202. I mean, I'm still a big Metallica fan, but back then I was really like into Kirk Hammett and Metallica a lot. So I had to get this guitar. These are made in 2008. Back in that time, LTDs, they weren't necessarily bad or good. They were okay compared to now. Like these like entry level LTDs are like 300 or 400 bucks. Yeah, they have gone a long way. It's other companies too have done the same, where they have gone a long way as far as components and the features at these guitars, and even the construction. They're really good now compared to then. They're like whatever, like subpar. I mean, they did what they did. They were fine, but I think nowadays they're really good. And these are, again, the two, I forgot, I think there's 300 series LTDs, which again, those are the affordable, and of course the components are going to be of lesser quality to maintain that price range. But for an entry level instrument, I would still, Floyd's, if you're still learning, don't have one of these as your first guitar. You're going to have a lot of issues, and you're going to spend more time setting this up than playing. But kind of getting off topic. For these guitars, I've tried some at Guitar Center. They're not bad. You can't go wrong. You might even find them used for like 200 or 250. The pickups aren't bad. I mean, of course, they're not going to be brand name pickups, but they sound fine. Maybe if it's for your little brother or kid or sibling or whatever as a gift, to get them into music, something like this is really cool. And always consider the used market, because you're gonna find a lot of crazy deals. And 90% of the guitars that I have been bought used or B stock or whatever, because you could get something really nice for pretty cheap. But overall, for something like this, yeah, it's good. I wouldn't play because I have nicer stuff, but if I needed like a practice guitar to take somewhere, with whether it's like traveling or whatnot, something like this is cool. If you don't want to damage your nice guitars, or even this is cool. Yeah, these guitars aren't bad at all. Again, they've come a long way now as far as quality. Of course, they're still made in China, but even then, yeah, it's fine, totally acceptable, and they're okay. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the good stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, those guitars are really good. The LTD and the LTD Deluxes, the 1000 series, they're great. But I have a lot of like guitars from the Japan warehouse or factory, where a lot of the custom shop original series and the E-II guitars are made. But anyways, yeah, these are ESP's standard line of guitars. They used to say ESP, and even after that, they used to say, well, in the headstock it would read LTD Elite. A lot of people were pissed off too, because why are you gonna spend almost $2,000 on a made in Japan ESP that says LTD? I know a lot of people don't care what's on the headstock, but I think even then, like having this E-II, it's not that I have bad feelings about it. I'd rather it say ESP, but hey, they decided to do the whole brand issue or separation of whatever. I mean, it's fine. I mean, that doesn't make this guitar inferior to the old ESP standard guitars. A lot of people like them. They're coming up with some crazy stuff and finishes nowadays. And I mean, for a made in Japan instrument, ESP's standard line, you're getting really good quality components. Original Floyd Roses, brand name pickups again from EMG, Seymour Duncan's, Fishman's, and I think even now they're starting to do bare knuckle pickups. The fit and finish of these guitars is really good. Definitely a professional oriented guitar. Even if a bedroom guitarist is gonna have the craziest time and a real joy playing these guitars, because they're really good. The neck, they feel great. This one's a little chunkier, but it's still playable. Of course, made in Japan from ESP's factory, where again a lot of the great guitars start coming from. You can honestly find these secondhand for maybe 15. I've seen some for 13 to 1600 USD, and you can't go wrong again. So if you're on the market for one of these guitars, if you want to buy them brand new, go ahead. If you want that brand new smell and feel, totally go ahead. But used, yeah, these are kind of obviously they're on more expensive side, but you are definitely getting what you are expecting when it comes to quality with these guitars. And I have another few more to show you with these, and yeah, you cannot go wrong with a ESP E-II, which was called the standard, which is now the standard line, but it is called E-II. But I still think it should say ESP on the headstock. I don't know. You guys let me know, because if you're spending again that much money, shouldn't it say ESP? I think so. But yeah, great guitars. All right, so now for something a little bit different. This is an Edwards E-CY-165CTM. Okay, yeah, I got it. And I did a video comparing Edwards to ESP E-II that you guys can check out. But this is another ESP subsidiary or sub branch, like LTD Deluxe, LTD, and E-II. Not a lot of people know a whole bunch of them because they're really like into the LTD Deluxes and the E-IIs. But yeah, considering Edwards, these guitars are really well made. So the story goes is that the wood mill for Edwards guitars is in China under ESP supervision, where the wood and the form of the guitar is manufactured. They ship it to Japan, where they do all the fit and finish, the inlays, the paint jobs, electronics, fretwork, setup. That's all done. So you can argue that it's made half and half in Japan and China, but these guitars feel great, and they are definitely the best bang for your buck guitar if you want a really, really good ESP guitar. I mean, having Edwards on the headstock, it doesn't really bother me. This particular model is, I think, in my opinion, the best one that they make, because it's like their original one. They do make artist signatures like the Alexi signature V's and Sue's, like Crying Stars. And I have Alexi guitars, which I'm going to show soon, and they play really good. Even the Edwards, a lot of people compare the quality of those guitars almost as good as the artist versions. And even with Edwards guitars, a lot of people will still say that they're a little bit better than E-IIs when it comes to like feel and finish. It's about the same, but I feel with the Edwards, there's a little bit more variation with guitars. I know there's a lot of E-IIs, but for the price that you get an Edwards, you can't go wrong comparing it to an E-II, where you can get something really nice like this for maybe 1,200, and E-IIs are around like 1,500 used. It depends. You just gotta be at the right place at the right time for the good deal. But yeah, consider Edwards. They are obviously targeted for the Japanese market, but to get one, it's either you find one here at a music store like I did with this one, or you order one from Japan and then you gotta wait a couple weeks for it to arrive. But yeah, really look into Edwards ESPs. They have a lot of stuff, and it's fairly inexpensive, and you'll be surprised what you could find. And yeah, definitely a really, really good subsidiary um, branch of ESP that you should consider. Okay, now we are heading towards like the expensive side and the high quality side of ESP guitars, and I have with me right here the ESP E-II BabyMetal 7-string. It's an amazing guitar, and yeah, the red bevels and the black and the white binding. Well, I'm getting a little off track with the topic of the video, but it's just a badass looking guitar and it feels really good. Again, it's an E-II, and yeah, I think you should still say ESP, especially because these are like 2,500. They're starting to become more rare. I'm not seeing a whole lot of these on Reverb or on eBay. So if you want one of these guitars, act fast. The quality again is an E-II series or branch of ESP. You're guaranteed a good instrument, just like the other E-II-V that I had, and the quality, they're about the same. The feel, I think I prefer the feel of this. It's kind of funny saying this because they're made, the feel and finish of these guitars are about the same, but I don't know, for some reason like the feel of this guitar is slightly better. The neck isn't as sticky and glossy as the E-II Arrow, the 6-string version. I don't know, it's because this is a limited edition they did with the BabyMetal band. It plays great. Not much I can say about it other than the high quality components you get from the E-II series of guitars, original Floyd Rose, Fishman's, EMGs. This is an expensive guitar. You can try to get a good deal on this, talking to the seller or whoever, but yeah, these guitars are really nice. It's just an E-II, a 7-string version. I mean, I know there's other 7-string versions of E-IIs, like the Arrow 7 and some other like M2 7-strings that are E-IIs. I'm sure they feel about the same. The neck, they may be, I think the M series necks might be a little flatter. These are a little more rounder, but I mean, considering a 7-string, it's not an issue. If you're in the market for a 7-string E-II, yeah, look into possibly this, or actually, this is a little bit more. This is, I don't know, a little more expensive. Definitely, the new E-II 7-strings are like 2,000 or 1,800-1,900 USD, and yeah, again, you're getting a good guitar that's built well, and it sounds really great. Yeah, you can't go wrong with E-II guitars. All right, now what I have with me is an ESP, yeah, ESP, not E-II. Even though, again, the whole branding problem issue, controversy they had, I'm done talking about that. But anyways, this is a signature series, ESP. Maybe you can guess who the artist is and whose guitar this is. If not, check out Children of Bodom. Alexi Scythe is a great guitarist, and this guitar feels really good. Made from the custom shop. This is weird because I'll show you in the back of the headstock. It says Signature Series, but they're still made in the custom shop. This is a 2013 model. It plays great. The fit and finish is better than the E-IIs, obviously, because guitars in that custom shop are treated and made with much more care and much more physical craftsmanship. I think these are hand built just like the original series, so a lot more care and effort and attention goes into these type of line of guitars. Brand new, yeah, these are really expensive, but my friend got an excellent deal from this, and he couldn't pass up on it, especially for an Alexi Signature V. The components, like the Floyd Rose and the pickups, they're not going to get any much higher. Like, there's nothing above an original Floyd Rose. Maybe if you add titanium parts to it or upgrade it. But pickups, like from the LTD range, Deluxe, you're going to still see some like original Floyd Roses or 1000 series and like EMG pickups, starting from LTD Deluxe and above. So as far as like the sound, that's debatable. Whether, the sound increases infinitely better when you buy an E-II rather than an LTD or an Edwards. No, that's something we can talk about. You guys let me know what you think. Is the sound better or any more different from an LTD Deluxe with the same pickups than an E-II or whatever? But why these guitars cost a lot is because of the headstock name, the craftsmanship, the legacy of ESP, where it's coming from. If you're in a market for one of these, definitely consider the used market, because try to save as much money you can, especially buying these type of guitars. This guitar plays like a dream. The satin neck is really nice, but yeah, you got to consider how much money you're going to spend and whether it's worth it to you. Maybe you got to sell a guitar, but you can't go wrong with these. They're great. And yeah, I have one more guitar to show you, and it's really cool. I'll be talking about the quality. Again, ESP top of the line guitars, especially coming from the custom shop. E-IIs are really good, but you can definitely tell the difference, and you can feel the quality of an ESP, like custom shop or an original series compared to an E-II. Not to say that those are inferior. You could just tell, like, by even the weight, even though a lot of the woods are the same, it's just the feel and the construction of this just completely different. But yeah, if you're gonna get a guitar like this, I highly recommend the used market. You obviously cannot go wrong with these guitars. They are badass looking, and most importantly, it says ESP on the headstock. I'm just kidding, but yeah, you can't go wrong with these type of guitars. Okay, so the very last guitar that I have to show you, I'm thinking of anything else that I'm missing. No, I think out of all my LTD ESP guitars, I've showed you all of them, but this is the holy grail that I consider of ESP guitars, and this is my Andromeda. Maybe the light can pick up, or the camera can hit the different colors this guitar shows. I'm showing off just a little bit, but it's really pretty and very badass. The one thing I don't like is that finish isn't on the back bevels. Whatever though. Now, these guitars, they're $4,500. Yep, straight right out of the box. Straight. These guitars are $4,500 USD. Why they cost that much? I'm gonna tell you this right now. Obviously, because of the headstock, original series, high prestige guitars coming from the custom shop. The fill the feel, fit, and finish of these guitars. I say superior to the E-II. I would say not completely superior, but yeah, just like the ESP Alexi V. Yeah, you can tell like by the feel and the weight, how it sits down. It's just better. Yeah, is it $2,300 or even more? Is it $3,000 better than an E-II? Probably not, honestly, but for what you're paying for, you are getting like one hell of an instrument. The gloss neck on this is not sticky at all. The E-IIs have a bit of a, I think, a thicker lacquer, and the finish is a bit more sticky. But with this, no. The gloss neck is so like silky. It reminds me almost like a satin type of like feel, but it's gloss. But the type of like how silky it is. And again, the components, they're not gonna get any better. Seymour Duncan pickups, original Floyd Rose, locking tuners. Yeah, again, I mentioned earlier, the components, the quality of the components um, are going to be about the same, like original Floyd Roses and brand name pickups. You'll find them even on LTD Deluxes or even like lower LTD guitars. But yeah, this guitar is incredible. If you're in the market for an ESP original series, again, I would always recommend the used market because I got this used for half of what they go, and I won it in a bid. And again, you just have to be at the right place at the right time. These guitars sound incredible. I don't know. I'm not the biggest like, excuse me, wood connoisseur or whatever, but I feel like these guitars and how they build them or something, they have this like feel like and sound that's better than the E-IIs. Maybe that's just me. Maybe if you guys own one of these, you guys can kind of um, understand it a little bit better. But then again, I might be just talking out of my ass. They all sound great, but these ESP guitars are something else. And if you have the chance to play one or maybe get one, really consider it. And I don't think you're gonna regret it because these guitars are incredible. They look incredible and they feel incredible, and they're one of the world's best guitar builders. You cannot go wrong. Alright, so I have the very last guitar to show you, and this is another Edwards Alexi Pink Sawtooth. And just to show you guys really quick, when I saw Children of Bodom last year around March or April, I went to a clinic, a Sam Ash clinic, where he kind of played his songs and it was like a Q&A thing. I got it signed by him. He's a pretty cool dude. And anyways, the Edwards guitars, like I've mentioned before, with the other one, the natural looking Vine one that I mentioned earlier, there are really good quality guitars. Now, I did mention and did show you guys the other Alexi, the ESP version. How does it compare to this one? The neck profile is the same. The neck feels almost the same. The reason why is I think this guitar has been played a lot, so that satin feel is starting to become more of a glossy type of finish. That's just from playing and all the sweat throughout the years. This guitar is kind of old, but it still works great. Quality components. 1,000 Floyd Rose. I think with the Edwards guitars, you're only going to find 1,000 series Floyds on them for the most part. The other one did have a non-original, but a 1,000 series, which are the Korean versions of the original Floyd Roses that are made in Germany. But other than that, no, like how I mentioned earlier, how a lot of all of the fit and finish of the guitar is done at the custom shop or the factory in Tokyo, what part of Japan, where where the E-IIs are made, and you can kind of tell by the scallop fretboard that it's done over there, and that type of treatment and features are done in Japan for their custom shops and so forth. But no, the quality is great. These guitars are fairly inexpensive used. They go really cheap used. So the newest one I've seen, which is the Katakana one with the yellow and gold V, that's 1,800 new, but you can find pink sawtooths all over eBay for like $600, $700, $800, sometimes 1,000, depending on the condition. The condition on this, again, it's gonna be a little bad because I got it pretty cheap, like 800. This is an $1,800 guitar new, but for 830, shipping included. You can't go wrong. It's really good. I'd put Edwards, and a lot of people would agree, above LTD Deluxe, even above E-II a couple times depending on the right guitar. But no, seriously consider Edwards if you are in the market for an ESP and want something a little different. This is a copy of their custom shop version, so it's really close. The only thing that's different is that the shape of this Edwards version is identical to the Jackson Randy Rhoads. The one that I showed earlier, the white one, that has a bigger body and the horns are a little bigger. That's just so it wouldn't infringe on the whole copyright issue with Jackson and stuff. So those guitars and the LTD versions of the Scythe and the Greenie and whatever, their bodies are bigger because they are being marketed in the US and so forth, so they have to watch out. These, they're just made in Japan, half and half in China, right? They can get away with stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Definitely recommend Edwards, and because you could get a lot bang for your buck in that type of ESP sub branch. But that's about it for the video. I hope it kind of helps you understand the quality of ESP guitars, starting from LTD all the way to the Signature Series, Custom Shop, and Original Series. They're all great guitars. You can't go wrong with any of them. If you get an LTD, let's say if you don't have a lot of money or you want something inexpensive but of good quality, LTD Deluxe. You want to get something really good, the E-II. You want to go a step above that, Andromeda. I'm sorry, the Original Series and Custom Shop, but that's where you start spending a lot of money. Again, look into the used market. You're going to find some good deals at the right place at the right time. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions about LTD, ESP, whatever, I'll respond fairly quickly, and I respond to most comments. So yeah, I try to be as helpful as possible. So if you enjoyed this video, a like, subscribe, and I'll do stuff like this. And tell me what you guys want me to do next. Cover gear and some other type of thing. Yeah, just let me know. And yeah, stay safe. Yeah, shit's going crazy out there, and is it gonna get any better? I don't know, but just focus on the guitar, and hopefully things turn out good. But yeah, stay safe.